Welcome. The purpose of this recording is to help keep everyone informed in our community as to what school may look like when we re-enter in the fall. It is important for everyone to realize that all Marshall County schools throughout the course of this summer have been collaborating in conjunction with the Marshall County Health Department and St. Joseph Health System to come up with guidelines that will give us the best chance of opening school safely and successfully. As such, things across these districts will look very similar. So I'm going to begin walking you through what a normal day will look like, and that's going to begin with at-home screenings. We're requiring all employees to do a personal health screening, and they are not to report to work if they have a fever or experiencing multiple symptoms of COVID-19. We ask all parents and guardians to also perform a quick health check on their children, and please do not send them to school if they have a fever or experiencing multiple symptoms similar to COVID-19. We feel it is imperative for the health of our school community that anyone who has a fever should not report to school. One of the areas with the biggest changes will be our bus operations. In order to operate efficiently, we've chosen to go ahead and run our routes in a normal fashion as opposed to trying to break the routes down into several smaller routes. As such, it will be necessary to protect our drivers from possible infection. Please remember that many of our drivers are older and at risk from this virus. As such, drivers will wear N95 masks and, if they feel comfortable, potentially face shields. We will be asking all students to wear masks to ride our buses. We will do seating charts, and students will not change seat location while the bus is in operation. This is for trying to do contact tracing should there be an outbreak. Upon arrival, students will be dismissed off the buses immediately. This will provide for staggered entrance to the building. Lastly, buses will be sanitized daily. As our students arrive at school, regardless of what method they use to get here, students and staff members will wear masks when arriving at school and while transitioning to their classrooms. Teachers and staff members will conduct a temperature check of the students within their homeroom. Any student found to potentially have a fever or estimating 99 degrees or higher using a touchless thermometer will be sent to the nurse's office for further examination. In addition to checking our students' temperature, our instructors will take a brief wellness screening in a group setting while their students are in their homerooms. Students will be asked if anyone feels ill and wishes to report to the nurse for an examination. As a reminder, the symptoms of COVID-19 are a fever of 100.4 degrees or greater, cough, shortness of breath or difficulty breathing, chills, repeated shaking with chills, muscle pain, headache, sore throat, or a loss of taste or smell. Once settled into their classrooms, students and staff members may remove their face coverings. However, anyone wishing to wear a mask during instruction shall be allowed to do so. It's important to note that we are not asking students to wear masks for the duration of the day. What we are asking is when they're in large groups and potential of cross-class spreading, we want them to wear masks in common areas. All desks will be arranged whenever possible in a fashion that promotes social distancing to the maximum extent possible and face in the same direction again when possible. At no time should students be gathered closely together or seated on the floor, for example, common practice of reading books to elementary students. And lastly, hand sanitizer will be available in all classrooms. Near the end of the class period, the teacher will spray student-safe disinfectant or cleaner on the students' desks. Students will then use disposable paper towels to wipe down the desk in which they have been seated. This may also be completed with disinfecting wipes if available. Whenever possible, we will stagger transitions to lower in the hallways. Again, when transitions are necessary, students and staff members should wear masks when moving through common areas. And now for my favorite time of the day, lunch. Students will be required to wash their hands prior to being served their lunches. We will also provide lunch in a staggered system involving classrooms and the lunchroom. For instance, one half of our elementary middle school students will eat in their classrooms and the other half will be socially distanced throughout the lunchroom. And when available, disposable utensils will be utilized. We feel that recess is imperative for our students, as it allows them the opportunity to freely interact with their peers, physical exercise, and a break from the mental strain of the school day. So to keep our students safe, we're going to require our students to wash their hands both before and after recess. We will encourage social distancing while on the playground. And since there's potential for multiple classrooms to be on playgrounds, if we cannot socially distance the students, we may be asking them to wear face masks, but that will be rare. Bathrooms will be cleaned and sanitized every evening. We will have hygiene posters posted prominently to encourage hand washing practices. When possible, bathroom doors will be propped open to allow for touchless entry and exit. Per the IDOE guidance, most water fountains will be disabled. In strategic areas, water fountains will be converted to water bottle filling stations, and students of all grades will be allowed to have water bottles and containers in our classrooms. Our school nurse will be contacting parents and guardians of students who we know may be considered medically fragile. Once contacted, we will discuss the best instructional plan for the child depending upon the risk factors and the level of accommodations that can be provided, up to and including virtual education. During this time, school visitors will be limited to our office areas only. Additionally, parents will not be allowed to walk their children directly to their classrooms. Staff members should also avoid unnecessary contact with instructional spaces that are not part of their instruction. For example, walking their own children to classrooms. In the case that we discover a case of COVID-19 within our school community, Bremen Public Schools will work in partnership with the Marshall County Health Department to determine the risks of the school community and act accordingly. It is anticipated that multiple confirmed cases will be required to warrant a school closure. Bremen Public Schools will be transparent in communicating with our school community, and when made aware of a COVID event, we will let you know. However, for the sake of the student privacy, we will not be able to share information about a specific student. In conclusion, thank you for your ongoing support for Bremen Public Schools. We understand that these precautions may not be exactly what you are looking for. However, please know we've tried to do our best to work a plan that is both usable and will keep our students safe. Again, thank you.